What is going on, everybody? Today we are in the 2022 Tesla Model X and we are checking out software update 2022.12.1. Just wanted to give you a heads up, we're in the Model X today because it does not have full self-driving beta like my Model Y does, and cars with beta are usually a bit behind on features and updates compared to cars that do not have beta. So we got the latest update here, and Tesla has fixed at least one big thing that was messed up about version 11. I mean, it was intentional at first, but everyone complained. So let's check out the software update and see how it is. All right, so here are the release notes for this update. I changed the Model X to pink over here just because I thought it'd be funny. I'll get a funny text from my wife about that. So here we are on the latest update. So first of all, additional bottom bar customization. You can now add vehicle controls such as defrost, windshield wipers, and seat heaters to the bottom bar. Long press any app icon to enter edit mode, then drag the desired control to the bottom bar. So we'll check that out. This is kind of the biggest thing. Everyone was complaining, at least in colder climates, when they took away our easy access seat heaters. You needed to, before this update, go into the climate menu here. I have it turned off so that it's not loud for the video. But you had to go into here to then adjust your settings. Now they did make these auto for most newer cars, not all vehicles though. And for me, I find it works pretty well, but not everybody likes that, and having the option is always the right way to go. So child lock can now be enabled for a single rear door. Tap controls child lock and select right, left, or both. So that's very cool, because if you have a kid, you know, that sits in the right seat and then an adult in the left seat, you can make it so the adult isn't locked in. That's actually really nice and a good thing to think about. Every car I've ever seen before this, you don't really have that option. Maybe there are some others out there that you do, but now Tesla has updated it and for free added this feature, which is great. We have babies in both seats, so we'll just be leaving child lock on for both the doors back there. Additional mobile app controls. Dog mode and camp mode can now be enabled from the Tesla app. Note, this functionality requires mobile app version 4.7, so you need the latest mobile app. So we will check out the app and where we can enable those features now, which is really nice. And also you got a new language for Turkish, which is great. If you speak Turkish, you can now have your native language in the car. So first of all, let's check out additional bottom bar customization. So if you want to customize the bottom bar here on your Tesla, you just hold the icon here, and then you have these X's come up. If you want to get rid of any of those, you can delete them off of here. Now we like these here. If you want to add any, you can just drag and put them here. Now in the Model X, you can add more than you can in the Model Y and Model 3 because the screen is bigger, I suppose. But here's what we really wanted up here. So front defrost, rear defrost, left seat. So I guess you can really only add the driver's heated seat. You can't have the passenger, which, you know, they can click, so that's not a big deal. But when you're driving, you might not want to go into the menu. And then heated yoke. So let's take this and add it onto here. And boom, now we have our heated yoke there. If I just click off of there, now I can turn my heated yoke on and off. This is awesome. This is actually one of my biggest complaints in my Model Y, even before the version 11 update, is you had to go so deep into the menus. It was actually 2 clicks into the menus in the old version, in version 10 software, to get to the heated wheel. In version 11, they did make it 1 click. So you click here and then you have the heated wheel right here, or heated yoke, whatever you have. But now it's the 1 click, which is just great. I am so excited to see this change. Boom, right there. You can just turn that on and off. So that is awesome. And then if we hold it, again, we can delete it if we want, add it back. That's nice that it's still red because it's on. So click off of there, we can turn it off. And then let's add the heated seat too. And it puts these over here. So you actually have some extra room here for these icons. Oh, for maybe just the heated seat. So that's interesting. So it puts the heated seat over here off of this and doesn't kick off any of your other options, whereas these 3 options are going to take up some of your 6 spaces here. And I believe in the Model Y, you only get 4 spaces. So if you want those up there, you're going to be having to give something up. So we'll get rid of those. I don't think those are all that important. Usually I just use defrost from the app before I get in the car. I don't know. I mean, I've maybe used it in my 3 years of Tesla ownership, the defrost button in the car once or twice. So I was actually glad to see those go. But not everybody is. They want the options that they want. All right, so I realized a couple things. First of all, when I go into this... All right, I realized a couple things. If I go into this menu, those climate options are not there until I'm editing. And then I can add them. Also, with the Model X, I assume this is just the refresh for the S and X, there is no wipers option on here, which I don't know why you'd want it even if you have a stock, but I guess because we already have a touch button right here for the wipers, and so they figure there's no point in giving you a button, you know, where you can hit with your right hand or go over here with your right hand. So that was pretty interesting. And then the other thing is if you turn your climate on, or if you have a passenger, you can see here, this does bring up the passenger's heated seat button, and those are kind of locked together. So if I delete this, it takes away both of them. And you can see them both. If I turn this back off, then it just says left seat. But as soon as it's on, it displays both, and it just puts both down there. So you can't have just one or the other, which is pretty interesting. But so that's good to know. And then if you also split this, it would put both there. But yeah, if you have a passenger, it will automatically add this here. Sometimes the climate, I found when it's warmer and it turns this second vent off, which not all cars have that. When that second vent is off, then it's not going to display the seat. It's not going to display this temperature, but that was pretty interesting. So here's the setup I'm going to go with on mine. Love having the option to turn this on and off because it sometimes does get too hot. And then having the heated seat, why would I not have this here if it doesn't take up one of my 6 spaces? I would like it just to be accessible. Now we're going into summer, so I don't really probably need either of these much more until we get back into winter, but hey, it's nice to have them there. All right, so now let's check out the child lock. So we can go into controls and it just says child lock. Cool. So it's right here on the main menu here. It's probably also in the locks page, I would guess. So yeah, it's also here, but let's look at the main page here. So child lock, if I click that, it'll give you an additional sub menu here of left, right, or both. Like I said, we're going to leave it on both, or I can turn it off. We'll have it on both. You can also, like I just showed you, go into the locks page here and you can have it off, both, left, and right. And I would assume this is by profile. So if I put it on right, and switch to Stephanie's profile, it's still on right. So it actually is for everybody's profile, it will set this. So that's pretty interesting to see that because these types of settings are usually dependent on the driver profile. So that one is not. But as you can see, if I go to Stephanie's profile here, it does change these bottom icons here. You can hear the seat moving as well. But I'm going to add, just because I'm here for her, I'm going to add her heated seat. I'm going to add her yoke there. So next time she gets in the car, she'll see that, and you can also click that X to exit that menu. All right, so let's check out this new camp mode and dog mode in the app. You can see we have our pink Model X here, which is just so funny. So if we go into climate here, you can scroll down, and you'll see we have defrost, which was always there. Bioweapon defense mode was also there, which we have in the Model X. Of course, we will not have that in the Model Y. My Model Y does not have that. And then you now have camp mode and dog mode, so you can select those. If I click it, we can see in the car, it has come up here on the screen. It says camp mode down there. If I deselect it, let's see. There we go. Turn it off. So now it turns the climate off completely. Let's just test that just to be sure. So we have the climate on, just normal, on in the car. Click camp mode here. You can see instantly on the car it says camp mode. And if I turn camp mode off, it seems like it takes a second for this to be able to be turn offable. There you go. No, it does turn the climate completely off. So that's something to keep in mind. It's pretty surprising to me. If you want the climate to be on after you turn camp mode or dog mode off, you'll have to turn it on after it completely turns everything off. Now, if we back up and go to the Model Y here, you'll see because I'm on an older version, if I scroll down, I do not have those other options. Of course, I don't have bioweapon defense mode because my car hardware does not have it equipped, but I also do not have dog mode and I do not have camp mode just because I'm on an older version. I'm on the beta version, which is behind this one, and so I don't have that feature in my app for this car. All right, so that's it for 2022.12.1. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and get subscribed. If you have any questions about the software update, let me know down in the comments. I will get those answered for you, and you will see me in the next video.